What's good, y'all? So I may be speaking a little bit outside of my weight class because typically I speak from experience or I speak on something that really struck me at an emotional level or a really good epiphany aha moment that I had, you know. But like, how can I know how older couples get down if I'm 27? You know what I'm saying? I can only go through observations, but I don't know the little nitty gritty details that go on in older people's relationships, you know? But these are just some of my thoughts that I had, some thoughts and observations that I felt would be, a great contribution to the conversation. All right. So don't chastise me if I use the wrong words. I might be showing off my youth. I might be showing off some naivety, but nevertheless, I just think that these thoughts should be heard. I'm just sharing my thoughts. All right. But earlier I was scrolling through Etsy, just doing a little bit of window shopping. And I came across like a model, someone showing like, advertising their product, whatever. And this model was like clearly like a black woman that was in her late 40s, early 50s or so. And you see like a whole bunch of pretty people, handsome men, beautiful young women, all that type of stuff. But like I actually stopped and like admired this older woman. You know what I'm saying? I have a deep respect for an older woman, Now let's go ahead and clarify some things before the cougars try to get at me. It said, was I sexually attracted to her? No. Okay. It's like, I like people a little bit closer in my little age bracket. You feel me? Some people are about it. I'm simply not. However, I can still like have a great appreciation. Like I had a thought in the back of my head. I would still love to be around that woman, assuming that she fits the character that I created in my mind. It's like I would still love to be around that type of woman every single day. Right? I would love to be around that type of woman every single day. Why? Because I place value on other things besides sexual attraction. I mean, of course, with younger women, that's important. But like with the older woman, it's like, but I see the power that she has. I see the dignity. I see the strength that was at least emanated in the photo. You know what I'm saying? It's like I see the wisdom. Like you are a woman that's gone through your entire life. You being in your 40s and 50s, you grew up in a different time, and you still standing strong. That's something that I look at, and I'm just like, yo, respect. You know what I'm saying? I would love to just be around you, soak up game from you as an older woman, as an elder woman. Elder just seems more disrespectful to me, but y'all know I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So I would love to just be around you because like that's something that makes me bond with a woman in a different way as well. And that kind of made me think though. I was like, a lot of these older relationships, they're still tied to sex, just like us young people are. That's why I preach semen retention to young men. That's why I preach about celibacy, for a certain period of your life to make sure you get your affairs in order before you go out here and try to exchange that energy with people. You know what I'm saying? And like one of the things that made me like start to record this video was like a spark that sparked another idea, and now I'm in a mental avalanche that made me record this video. But I was like, in older relationships, and of course younger relationships too, but in older relationships more specifically, there would be like a man that's with that woman, and because she's not the young prime thing anymore, he's no longer interested in her because there's no sexual attraction, there's no sexual fire anymore. And that kind of baffles me. You know what I mean? And like this could be likewise for a woman looking at a man and such, because his member doesn't work without like a blue pill. All right, you can catch my drift. You feel me? It's like a lot of y'all put so much time, effort, energy into y'all's relationships, older generations, and just because you're no longer sexually attracted to one another, y'all act like y'all can't even speak to one another anymore. It's like, well, I'm married to you and I love you, but we'll just shake hands, have our morning coffee together in silence, and then we move forward. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, have a good day, wife. Have a good day, husband. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. And like, it's just like, that's a generation that has put way too much value on sex. Now, of course, I know that there's people that figure this out and all this type. I know there's people, I'm talking to people that haven't. It's like, for me, as a young person looking at this older woman, it's like all that sexual energy that people need to be attracted to somebody. I'm like, well, if it's not there, take all that energy that you are ready to spend on that and put it towards other things. Like I said, her power, her dignity, the wisdom that she carries. And he, we could do she and he, but I'm going off of my example. It's like, why can't we just do that? one of the thoughts that I had is it's the love that isn't growing. The love itself isn't maturing. A lot of people use sex, to be a band-aid. A lot of people will argue to spice things up, to have makeup sex and all that type of stuff. And it's like, okay, that only lasts so long. It's like, so what happens when you get to this point where your member doesn't work no more, or the waters ain't flowing no more? It's like, what happens then? I look at long game for this. Sometimes it does ruin me in the present, I will fully admit. But nevertheless, it's just like, what happens then? Why is it that older relationships can't move all that energy towards something else and still have that fond appreciation for one another? I'm not saying they don't. You know what I'm saying? This is just my observations from the outside looking in. It's because the love doesn't mature with you. Because y'all think, a lot of people, young people as well, make the mistake was it's sex. And if we're not sexually compatible, our relationship isn't going to work. But then, the love doesn't mature. And that's why you see older people, they'll be like, you know what? We aren't sexually attracted to each other anymore. So why should we care who one another is being sexual with? This is why, I might be pushing some boundaries for some of the older folks out there, but it's that's why, some of these older relationships I've seen, it's they'll just go get younger partners, and they don't care. It's because their love has grown, it's matured. It's there is a point where it's just sex. It's something that they need in their world to satisfy them. We don't want to do it with one another anymore, but how about we just go get somebody else? Go get us either a partner our age or a younger partner. Who cares? It's just something that brings us satisfaction. And when both of us are happy, we bring all that happy energy back to one another. We don't even have to have sex. It's just, oh, you had a good day. How'd it go? Oh, word? Oh, man, that's great. I'm glad that you had a great time. How many of you are mature enough to be in that type of relationship? I got a friend that's in the polyamorous, whatever, a polyamorous relationship where he's got his, she's got hers, and then they meet up and they do it. Because they're young too. They get together and they do what they do. To me, that shows a sign of maturity. However, there are a few signs that there's a little bit of immaturity involved, but that's neither here nor there. That's a different video. But nevertheless, let's just say that's out of your age bracket. It's what happened to the love? What happened to that? Were you in lust or were you in love? I know this can apply to young people as well, but it's this person that used to be head over heels for, this person that you would stop and drop everything to cater for, to do all this type of stuff. And now that you're older and you're bored of one another, now all of a sudden you just sit there in silence and y'all have nothing to talk about anymore. That's weird. That shows that both of y'all have just given up. A lot of people say it's about effort, it's about teamwork and all that type of stuff. And it is, but there's a point where y'all pretend. This is young people, old people, this is just relationships in general. Is that there's a point where you pretend to be putting in the effort. That's something I've noticed. You pretend to do the things so you can make it look like you gave it an effort before you gave up. You gave up mentally 2 years ago. But it's just let me go through this counseling, even though I don't care. Let me do this. Okay, now I did this. Oh, so now when things end, well, we did the counseling, we did this and that, we tried this and that, it just didn't work. Because one of y'all, or both of y'all gave up mentally, but you're just going through the act. So it's okay for you to end the relationship. I think that's messed up. Because I'm sorry, once again, this just might be me showing my naivety. Now, of course, there's things that still develop and get exposed over time. Decades and decades can still unveil a bunch of stuff, But one of the things that I notice is just why can't y'all look at each other? Because once again, if that love doesn't grow or mature, then once the sexual passion disappears, you got nothing. So make sure that the love grows with you. That's why I can't lie. I'm not there yet mentally. To have my partner to go with somebody else. I ain't ready for it. I'll be quite honest with you. I'm not saying that I'm taking my own advice. I'm just throwing things out there. But nevertheless, though, it's at the same time, my opinions on certain different types of relationships, polygamy, polyamory, whatever the heck other things exist. It's I get it though. And that's where my maturity is still starting to grow a little bit. I see it. I see it. You know, like a lot of men are pushing for polygamy. You know, one man, multiple women, and a lot of women don't get that. You know, but and once again, I'm not getting into it in this video, but it's like I see it though. I get it. You know, but then like the polyamory is one of those things that I was all the way against. I'm like, what? So y'all just messing around and doing it, but it's not just about the sex. We are so focused in the society on who's screwing who. And there's so much more to relationships than that. Mind, body, spirit. You're focusing on 1/3 of it. Now, I get it, for young people, that's very important. I do understand that. Like, why would you as a young person, you know, but like on older people, it's like, okay, it's like appreciate the physical beauty. Appreciate how beautiful this man or this woman looks in her stature, his or her stature, knowing what y'all grew up through. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. I really don't know. You know, I'm just spitballing here. But it's just one of those things where the love has to grow and mature in your relationship. It has to. You know, whether you're a young couple or an older couple, it's like the truth doesn't change. And that's something that remains true in every single type of relationship. Now, if you two aren't compatible, then sure, you know, in the relationship, y'all go find your own happiness wherever. You know, but like I said, maturity is very important. That's why things like infidelity make no sense to me. They never did. Like, I've always been a 60-year-old in my head anyway. But infidelity makes no sense to me. If you're not attracted to the individual, then say, hey, sweetie, significant other, I'm not attracted to you anymore. So how's this going to impact our relationship? Because I'm not going, it's like, I know I got some good years left in me, and I want to go explore that. Now, like through that conversation, like a lot of people are too scared to have that conversation too. You know, oh, that's going to hurt his or her feelings. That's going to, oh my God. You might find out, they'll be like, oh yeah, I've been noticing that. Hey, but if it makes you happy, go find you another partner. But I still want to be with you. You know, and I can see that level happening. I can still see that. I can see how that happens now because, like I said, I found a great admiration in the older woman. I was like, we're not going to be intimate like that, but like, I would love to just be around you, be able to speak on a higher level, on a more mature level, because you've been through it and you can see the youth in me, and you can guide and tailor me in that way. That's just the way I'm looking. I'm thinking about that right now. You know, by the time I'm in my 50s, 60s, I'm like, man, go do what you want. I don't care. I already barely care now. Nevertheless, it's like I still got to have my own young life. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get into that world again. But like, nevertheless, it's just like, I don't care. So just go do it. Because like, I know that just because you're having sex with this person, you're not going to go run away because our bond is so strong. Just go have fun. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the equivalent of going out with the girls, going out with the fellas. You know, for a night, you had your fun. Now return back home where you know everything has been established, and you can still have that respect for one another. And then I feel like that's like a hump or a hurdle that people have to get over. And once you do, like your relationship, young or old, definitely elevates if you can go through this type of thing and have no animosity, not asking all these damn questions. So he did such and such. Oh, and see, a lot of men will be, oh yeah, I don't care until you see that's actually happening. You know, that's why I said I myself, I'm not there yet. I'm nowhere near that yet. I mean, I'm still in the youth. I'm good with that. You know, but I don't know. People are different strokes for different folks. I don't know. It just shouldn't be, I guess my overall thought is this, it shouldn't be the physical that ends a relationship. You know? It shouldn't be a physical thing that ends a relationship, that makes things tire out. Just change that energy that you once had, older generations. Change that energy that you once had that was all sexual passions, and just move it to appreciate other things. Wow, sweetie, I didn't realize you do that with your hair. Wow, sir, wow, my husband, I didn't notice that, you know, you always tie your tie in this type of way. You know, oh, sweetie, I didn't notice that you put that extra little sprinkle of paprika in all of your recipes. Wow, I didn't realize that you had so many different things that you were juggling in your mind, you know, and then like grow your love from that one, just move it somewhere else. But we have older generations that haven't grown out of their nether regions. So when those nether regions stop working, the truth doesn't change. So if that changes, that wasn't the truth. Your whole relationship, young or old, shouldn't be based on the nethers. It should be based on other things. Of course, it makes people look beautiful while we're in the throes of passion. But at the same time, grow up. I don't know. I just spitball in there. I know I kind of talked a little bit in the circle there, but nevertheless, let me know y'all's thoughts on this, especially the older generations. Let me know if I was making any type of sense. Like I said, I was just sharing my thoughts on this one, and I just wanted to see what the world thought about it. Till the next one, y'all. Peace.